Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in to Two Guys Take on Real Estate. My name's Kevin, I'm the Property Prince, but I'm here today without Matt, the Landlord Ninja, and you know what that means. It's time for another one of Prince's Pet Peeves. So today's pet peeve, what we're going to have to talk about is Craigslist scammers. Even if you're not in real estate, you have to share this as a pet peeve with me, right? Craigslist scammers are everywhere on every facet of business, so they're always looking to take advantage of people one way or another. They found their way into figuring out how to screw over prospective tenants. How is that, you might ask? Well, I talked about this a little bit in a previous video, so I want to follow up on it now in a little bit more detail. One of the things that they're going to do is when you post an ad for your rental properties, remember you post an ad of your nice home, all cleaned up, ready for a new tenant, and you list it with what it includes and its price and everything like that, your contact information or your application process. First thing a scammer does is they find something that's kind of local to them. It's a nice home in a nice area, nothing too crazy in one way or another, but what they do is they take all your pictures off of it. Then they relist the ad as their own. They change the listing to include everything under the sun. So heat, hot water, electricity, lawn care, snow removal, pet food. I mean, they're literally going to include everything under the sun, internet, I mean, you name it. And they're going to offer it for rent at a fraction of market value. The whole reason they're going to do this is because not that they're going to move somebody into your home. It's not that they're going to break in, give keys, take a whole bunch of first-class security and put in a squatter and all that. They're never going to interact with these people. Well, maybe an email or two here or there, but they're never going to actually move somebody in. Almost never does that happen. What's going to happen instead is they're going to pressure these folks into acting quickly before they can think it through, spot the deal for what it is, too good to be true, and they're going to screw them out of basically a down payment, a couple $100, whatever they can shake them down for, because it doesn't really matter. It's pure profit to them. So the deal is going to go something like this. A prospective tenant is going to be looking on Craigslist. They're maybe very motivated, or maybe they're just unfortunately not very savvy in terms of what a good deal really is or isn't. And they get suckered into contacting the person that listed it, the scammer. So what's going to end up happening is the scammer is going to have already maybe in the ad, but certainly when they respond, a little excuse all cooked up about why they can't do a showing on the property. It could be a couple of things. Maybe it's that they're deployed. Maybe it's that it's their relative's property and that they're out of town and they're just helping them, etc. Or maybe it's just that there's so many people interested, gosh, we just can't do showings right now. To make sure you're serious, we are taking down payments, things like that. Either way, they're going to say, no, for whatever plausible reason, they can't show it. That's a huge indicator right there to everybody, obviously. If the pricing and all the inclusions wasn't enough, the fact that you can't see what you're going to then rent should be a huge deal breaker for people. But they're going to then ask them to send them money. Remember, this doesn't have to be the smoothest operation in the world. They just have to get enough nibbles to throw this little scammy sales pitch out to, and they're going to get a couple of people to bite. So, so they're going to ask for a couple $100 or $50 or whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. They're happy to get anything. It's free money for the work of sending just a couple of emails. So why is this super important? Well, I mean, first of all, if you're in the business, you're hopefully a respectable part of your community. I know we are really, really proud of the fact that everywhere we do our work, we have our properties, we've taken on distressed properties, gotten them up to speed, properties that were vacant and a trouble spot for people going in and out and doing all sorts of stuff that you don't want to have happening in your neighborhood. We got these properties on track, and we want to keep doing that. We're paying the taxes, we're working with local businesses, contractors, and we have a business in the area that employs dozens of people. So we really, really want to keep that kind of a thing going. It's your part of the community to be a good part of community and report these things and stop this type of crime whenever you see it. Now, the other great thing it does for you is, you're going to be dealing with and working with probably people that bring this to your attention. When they find out they got scammed, they're a great potential customer for you. They're going to be somebody that clearly is looking for a home, wants to be treated properly and fairly, and you have the ability to establish that right off the bat. So you can work with law enforcement, you can report these types of things, you can work with the victims of these kind of scams to help maybe catch the people that were responsible for them and maybe put a stop to it or at least slow down that type of behavior in the area. But it also gives you an opportunity to reach out and actually work with and help out prospective tenants that are looking to rent a good home in a good area. And that's something that you'll be able to offer. So it helps you connect, it helps you help someone from becoming a victim. It will help you to avoid getting stuck in a situation where 5 families show up in front of one of your properties November 1st when they were told they can go ahead and meet the owner there and get keys. And now everybody's looking at you. The police are contacting you. The city's contacting you saying, what's going on? Apparently you rented this to 5 different people, and now you have to go through the process of diffusing all of that. So it helps you prevent headaches. It helps you help others. And all of this is part of community, providing a very, very valuable service, treating people firmly but fairly in response to, tenant issues and things like that, and providing what is much, much needed, which is a sense of law and order, as well as a sense of safe housing for families in your area. So I'll tell you, we've had this happen a number of times, not just with our listings, but also with some of our colleagues and other management businesses. And we've worked with the police every time that we were able to. And in some cases, the police were able to make arrests and put the stuff, in order. So I hope that really helps. I hope that inspires. And more importantly, I hope that you find this YouTube video to be very, very helpful and entertaining as well, so that you'll share it with your friends, you'll consider subscribing, and we can keep working on reaching out to as many people in real estate as possible, so that we can all help each other grow and become more successful. Thanks.